People of faith, Laudato Si. Praise be to God. And I certainly love Saint Francis of Assisi. But I also believe in climate change because it is happening as you watch and listen to this video. We used to call it weather patterns. But how evil is carbon dioxide? You know, it's that demon blamed by the Supreme Court justices. The law is pollution, and the science prophets is melting the earth. Did God create carbon dioxide to give life to the earth or to end it? In this vase right in front of you, I took a random Catholic air sample, 2,500 molecules. Yes, it's Protestant air, Muslim, and Jewish, of course. But I took 2,500 molecules. Tell me how many are carbon dioxide. You can pause the video and Google CO2 if you want. But how many of 2,500 is carbon dioxide? If you guessed one, eins, you're absolutely right. Also, experts tell us 3% of worldwide carbon dioxide is man-made. The other 97%, I guess, must be God-made. So that's 3% of 400 CO2 molecules per 1 million air. This is 12 man-made molecules per million. Kind of like as you see running around in this bowl. Let's see if we can figure out a better way to figure this out. We need a greenhouse gas model. Whoops, here we are. We've come to this holy place. The world's largest greenhouse gas. Substituting air for glass. Remember, there's 10,000 plus windows in this building. But if we substitute air for glass, only 4 of those in this huge building would be CO2. The rest are non-CO2, non-carbon dioxide. In total, Christ Cathedral is graced with 25,000 square feet, surface feet, if you will, of greenhouse windows. The carbon dioxide portion is only 10 square feet, but the man-made CO2 is actually, believe it or not, 43 square inches. You can do the numbers yourself. That 43 square inches is the same square inches of this envelope, something you can find in your home. So think about that further. If you take the magical properties of the man-made carbon dioxide theory, you'd have to shatter all 10,000 windows. Then you would take an envelope full of carbon dioxide, stretch it net style over the whole structure. They'd have to be equidistant. They'd have to hold hands, I guess, and sing Kumbaya and take the heat for the 99%ers, the oxygen and nitrogen. They never get blamed. Frankly, we really are insulting God. I want you to think about that. The prime scientist designed a 75 trillion celled wonder we call woman, who in a span of 280 days takes a single cell, nurtures it into another 75 trillion celled baby. Do you think this amazing scientist who created billions of stars and millions of biochemical processes knows better? You know, the science of convective and radiative energy, planetary heat accumulation, atmospheric physics, biospheric process anomalies has nothing to do with man, but it's God's incredible design. CO2, my friends, my people of faith, is one of his best creations. It is a trace natural gas that we die without. It's a critical component in food production via photosynthesis and respiration. Carbon dioxide and water with the sun's energy becomes food and oxygen. Yet you believe carbon dioxide is evil. What fools of faith we are. Think about it. The polar ice has increased for the last number of years, year to year, at both top and bottom. Polar bears, there's 5 times as many of them. The seas are not rising. You know, Newport Beach is safe. It's crazy. We keep blaming CO2. So, but please don't believe the lie. Take it one step farther. Man has nothing to do with moving a hurricane 30 miles over bare land. There's no damage. Over New Orleans and New Jersey, that's when the news reports hit. That's devastation. This is emotional androgenic manipulation, not scientific truth. There is man-made water shortages in California, but not, and God only allows a drought. You each possess 3 pounds of infinitely designed cranial brilliance. Yet, there has been no global warming for 2 decades because the biosphere that he created is not a greenhouse like this building in front of you. It is not a thin membrane of carbon dioxide glass trapping heat like a Doctor Who movie. It's a radiative heat exchanger somewhat like the Christ Cathedral, but with infinite design. CO2 is not a magic heat sink. It doesn't hold 2,500 degrees each until the oxygen and nitrogen can get their acts together and handle the warmth. It's not 12 apostle carbon dioxide molecules, people of faith, that pass the heat to the 1 million disciple air molecules and melt the world. We must help the poor, as Jesus has told us. We must. It's important. But I want you to think very carefully. We can't do it on a foundational lie. As it has forever, changing climate hurts the poor because they lack the tools, resources, and focus to help themselves unless we in the church help them thrive as well as survive. CO2 has absolutely nothing to do with it. Absolutely zero. God is insulted when we arrogantly take credit for puny man's ability to change the weather instead of creating ways to help those that need it. Like faith, you can't have enough CO2. You need to come to that realization. Both are essential for life. But you have to open your eyes to see it. CO2 is just the latest manufactured crisis created to manipulate people of faith into doing stupid. Or people of faith, do you believe Planned Parenthood, after killing 1.8 billion people in 4 decades, helps lighten the Earth's organic load too, with less carbon dioxide producers? That's absolute foolishness. So this is your servant, Research Director Len Beckman, signing off. Look forward to seeing you in Chapter 2.